What's up, guys? Welcome back to another action-packed episode here on AC Designs Garage, and today I got some awesome information for you. A lot of you guys have asked, what do I need to get into this spray painting my car thing? So today we're going to show you all the stuff you need, stuff you may not need but you won't, but we're going to break it down into little sections so y'all know what to get and don't buy junk you don't really need. So let's get at it. All right, guys, since it's nice, gorgeous 75 degrees today here in North Carolina, we're going to shoot this outside. Sorry for the wild sun, but I'm just trying to absorb it in. But anyhow, today basically I'm going to show you all the tools that you need, and then I'm going to show you some options of stuff that you may want. There's a fine line between need and want. Usually I cross the line both ways. I like tools, so I have a problem. But anyway, I'm going to show you what you just have to get by with, then what you want to make the job easier. Because basically that's what it works. You can take a 2x4 and a piece of sandpaper and block with that, but when you got nice fancy blocks like some of these I got, it makes life a little easier. So you know, it's push or pull. Whatever your budget is, guys, work with it. If y'all think y'all want to try to spray paint these cars and stuff, do it. It's fun. It don't cost you near as much money, and it gives you something you can brag about. Say, look, I did this and it looks cool. All right, guys, how you like the gorgeous backdrops? This is the door we painted the other day with the new turbo cans. I think it's called the Sunburst Yall. Then we have the 1-year-old Slicker and Snot black bed over here that still looks good. It's held up outside for a whole year. First off, we're going to start with sanding blocks. You need sanding blocks. That's what keeps everything nice and flat and straight. Don't put your finger marks in it. It's just, trust me, guys, no matter what your budget is, you can have some form of sanding block. Now, you can spend big money if you want. Like, I've got some nice ones here that maybe if you guys are not doing this for a living, you don't need. But I'm going to show you from the bottom to the top. So let's start at the bottom. Super budget friendly. You can't get no cheaper than this sanding blocks. You know what this is? This is a pool noodle. The regular old pool noodle that you get at the dollar store. You can take these things, sometimes you can put a piece of wood in here to stiffen them up, or you can leave them soft like this. They're dirt cheap. You just wrap a piece of sandpaper on it. You know, this is not for no heavy, like first cut on Bondo bodywork. This is more primer. But yeah, these work great. You can just wrap them in sandpaper. If you got a radius, you can take sandpaper and shape them to whatever radius, because you want your sanding block to mimic what you're sanding. So if it's flat, use a flat block. If it's rounded, use a rounded block. Super simple. Super dirt cheap, cheapest sanding block you can get. Next up is a yardstick. I buy these at Lowe's Home Improvement. You can see this one here is 18 inches. But I cut these. If you want them, see, they have a little bow, not much, so they'll get stuff flat. And what I do is I'll wrap tape around them and then pinch it right here where it's got a tag, and you can just hold on to it. You can do 80 grit rough sand and everything with them. These work great. They're pretty flat and they're like $1. So next up, something you see me use a lot is these micro guards, and I'll link all the stuff in the description box below from my Amazon affiliate links. I make a wee small amount on qualified purchase at no additional cost to you. But yeah, we use these all the time. You can use them as a squeegee, you can use them as a sanding block. These are not good for like body work, but they're more for like getting ready to cut and buff or primer. You could probably use primer, I don't know, it's a little flexible for that. These are pretty cheap. I love the Durablocks. They make these in different sizes. These are at some kind of, yeah, 100% UVA foam. These are nice. They make them this. I've got them that long. These work great. It's got a piece of 80 on it. You use that for sanding. You can use this for a squeegee. You can use it for whatever you want. Another thing you're going to want is like these 3M squeegees. These work good, or this, like when you're sanding with your wet sand, you can take this thing and wipe it off, see what you've done, or you can use these. Either one, they work great. Then you get to the hot rods. I got these from Bryce. He used to work for Kendig in the body shop stuff. He's got his own company now, Big Kid Blocks, that make these nice acrylic blocks. These things are awesome. They got them in different shapes, sizes. You buy different kits. Like I said, I ain't sponsored. I paid for these. I can't remember what this kit was. It come with about 10 different blocks. They got your little ones. You know, the thinner ones, they'll flex a little more. So you can get what you want. So, and last but not least, these things here work good too. They got the Velcro, the hook it side on it, and you just slide your hand under it. It's foam, like if you're just doing a quick sanding and stuff. These work good, but yeah, blocks. You can make them out of anything. I don't care what it is. 2x4, I've blocked with them before, but this is just a quick assortment of the number one. Here, I'm gonna call this the section number one is sanding blocks. Now we're gonna go to sandpaper, the next section of what you might need, what you might want. Here we go. All right, number two, you are gonna have to have sandpaper to do any of this, to do the paint, do the cut buff, or anything like that. So we're gonna start off with, you don't have to buy a whole box, but I use this to mess out of this. This is the Scott Red Scotch Brite that I use. I just buy it by a whole box. That way I got it, tear it in half, use it, whatever. You can use this for your, usually it's going to be like before you get ready to put your, say your Rust-Oleum down. I call that the base. So if I ever say my base coat, I'm considering base Rust-Oleum because this is a spray paint video. So I used to use this. This is like a 320 to 400. You can scuff a panel like if I was going to do this and it was good and slick and didn't have any orange peel, you can scuff it all down with the red Scotch-Brites. They're reusable. You can clean them up. They work great. Like I said, 320 to 400. Next, as you can see, I'm out of 600. I got to order some more. This is what I use a lot of, and we'll put it on one of them blocks and we'll block the door with the 600 wet. That's usually one of my preferred methods, but this Scotch-Brite works good in nooks and crannies and crevasses. But yeah, the 600, these 9x11 sheets you can get at a parts store. Like I said, we'll link these below. When you get into cutting and buffing, the 1500 and 3M stuff is pricey, but guys, trust me, buy the good stuff. I've had the other stuff. We've got the cheap stuff, the no-name stuff. The grit falls off, and if you don't get it all wiped off when you clear over it or something in the end, it causes a mess. At least get 3M. There's other good ones out there, but 3M's pretty easy to find. So we usually do, depending on how rough the peel is. If the peel's bad, we'll start with 1,000. If it's mediocre like this is, like a turbo puts out a pretty decent peel to it, we'll do the 15, then we'll go to the 2,000, 25, maybe 3,000, and then we'll buff it up. The higher grit number you go up, the faster it buffs up. Another option, now you don't have to have this, but we'll break that out here in a little bit, is the DA pads. These are not cheap, guys, I'm gonna tell you. These are the P380. It goes on the DA. It's got to hook it. I like to hook it because if you drop it on the ground, you can stick it back on there. If you got sticky back, you drop it on the ground, it may not stick again, but I'm just showing you options here. They make this right here all the way from 36, probably all the way up to 5,000 in the hook it stuff. But these are really good if you want to use these. A lot of times if you're body working, you're gonna need this, I call this the roll paper. I don't know what you call it. You just peel off what you want, tear it. Now this is sticky back. I use that for like my Bondo work. But this here is this is 180. That's usually what I cut to. After I prime, bodywork's done, I prime, I'll go 180, 320. After 320, I usually go 400 or so, and then I'll usually seal unless it's some kind of wild metallic or something like that. I'll put sealer down and then go into my color. Guide coats, these are nice. Like I said, if you don't do a whole lot of body work, I don't know if you need this because they're not cheap. But this is the dry guide coat. If I can get the lid off, I'll show you. Well, that's not been opened yet, but I can explain. So it's got little slits and stuff in here, and there's a powder that comes with this, and you just take it, turn it upside down, twist it around, and you wipe it on. Works really good. I like this, the Merca brand, we'll link it. But you can also go to Lowe's or any home improvement place, get you the cheapest flat black paint you can get, and that works good for guide coat. So basically your guide coat you're gonna spray on here, and it'll show you low spots when you're doing your body work. Now this dry guide coat works better for sand scratches. Usually after you're already in primer and you're already cut it with 120, 180, I'll start using this because it'll show your scratches. It just settles in it. When you cut over it, you'll still see it. So it's just an option here. Just want to show it to you. Now we're going to 3 for Dale sanding methods, powered sanders. I was going to list these into 2. Like I said, there's file boards, there's cordless. I think Milwaukee's got a pretty nice cordless DA. It's got the little battery pack on it. Probably work great. Hadn't tried them yet, but I would like to. Then you got like your regular old plug-in wood orbital sanders. Now I would probably get the round one. This is like just a pointy one here that we got at Harbor Freight to use for woodworking, but you can use this like the round orbital ones, like the DA ones they have, the electric ones, they're fine. You can use them. Like I said, the bigger the disc, the better. These are 6-inch. And then see, this is one of those 3M hook it ones. It's just a Velcro. They work really good. That's what I use. Now, on my DAs, I use the interface pad. It's a little squishy thing right here. Normally a DA's got a hard back, but I use the little squishy side so it don't, you know, it's easy to flatten a radius if you got a hard area. So I just keep these interface pads on there. We'll link one of them below. But this is my Matco tools. This is really an Ingersoll Rand. They work great. Dynabraids, probably one of my favorite ones. But yeah, get you one of these. We'll link one of the round ones in here. This is just for show and tell type stuff, but the round DA electric ones, they'll work good. You can get all different grits, sandpaper and stuff like that. So if you don't have an air compressor, plug it in. If you want cordless and you don't want a cord, they got them. So just choose your weapon here. Number 4, we're going to what makes a hero out of you. Coming up. All right, guys, number 4. This thing right here is what's going to make you look like a great painter and make your stuff look really good, because you're not dealing with something that you're going to lay out super slick because you don't have a spray gun. You're doing everything out of rattle cans, paint, spray bombs, whatever you want to call them, and they're not going to lay down super slick. Now, the 5-way cans lay down better than the turbos, but they're still not, you're not going to get a super slick job out of a can. I've tried every which way. Maybe there's somebody out there, but not me. So this is what we resort to. We cut and buff it. This is what I use all the time, all my videos. It's the good old Bauer from Harbor Freight, 6-inch, dual action. It rotates this way, it rotates this way. It's a DA polisher. It's adjustable from 1 to, goes to 6. I usually cut it about 4.5 to 5. Thing works great. It's got a hook it pad on it. And like I said, we'll link all this. I'm gonna link one in there, but I'm not gonna link the Harbor Freight one, but you can go get this one. This one's like 70, 80 bucks. They're not bad at all. Coming up, as soon as we hit 100,000 subscribers, we're gonna be giving one away. I done bought y'all brand new and ain't never been opened. So make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, hit all them bells, hype all, whatever all that other stuff you get to do. I don't know. Just do that stuff so we can get there closer, and I'm gonna give stuff away. But then you go in there, I'm gonna link these. These are the Meguiar's microfiber DA pads. Like I said, they're Velcro. They stick. You get 2 different ones. Part number on this one is A626Q. I think that's a Q. Anyways, this one's got the little red. It's a little thinner than the one I polish with. I use my 105. We'll go right in a minute. This is the thicker one. It's the LS, or is that a 5? We'll call it L5010, but it's a little thicker. Same 6-inch microfiber from Meguiar's. But what I do is I'll show you the polish first because my ball is busted on it. This is what I use for polish, M205. And the bottle looks the same, but I dropped it the other week. You saw it. This is the M105. It's what you cut with. You cut using the thin one, the little red one's what I do. And you polish using the thicker one. It just seems to work. Then I like this Griot's Garage stuff right here. Khaki pants in a bottle. Stuff works good, puts a good sheen to it. And I always have you a couple good microfibers. And when you switch from the 105, use one rag. Once you're done with your 105, put it to the side, go wash it, get you a clean one. Then you do your 205, get done with that, put that to the side, get you another clean one when you do the wax. That way you don't cross-contaminate and scratch up everything you already done. Yeah, guys, I got one more, the greatest tool of all, in my opinion, for this spray paint stuff. Makes your life easier. We're gonna break it out. Here we go. Y'all knew what it was gonna be. Number 5, the Shakemaster 4000, made here in North Carolina by me, shipped by me, painted by me, welded by me, and made by me. This is all me. Your arms don't get tired of shaking, especially the turbo cans. They're so heavy you will wear yourself out, especially painting the whole car with them if you have to shake them. We'll link one of these also. I don't make this, but the one-handed Sawzall machines here, they work great. Shake your paint up, gets everything all shook up to where it'll flow out nicely. It'll make you get the greatest paint job that you ever done. The Shakemaster 4000, the Richardson 112 hat, the Death Before Electric t-shirts are only available at www.acsignsgarage.com. Yeah, guys, hope y'all enjoyed that little video. I kind of want to put something together for you guys at the start because it can be overwhelming if you've never done this stuff before, what you need, what steps you do and stuff. And a lot of people won't show you that stuff. I try to show you everything I can. If there's anything y'all want to see, drop down in the comments below. A lot of you guys have been suggesting paint jobs and we've been writing them down. I'm going to try to get around to them, guys. But yeah, I'm trying to make this as easy for you as it actually is. Don't let it scare you. It's just paint, guys. You can sand it off and redo it. I know you don't want to, but you can. So gather up your stuff you need. Look through the stuff I've listed here. If you want any of it, you can scoop it up on my website, or you can go on in the description box below and pick up some of the stuff I'm gonna have listed. I have it listed just like we showed it, 1 through 5, and you can pick out what you want. You don't have to have the fancy blocks. Like I said, you can make the cheap ones. You don't have to have the air compressor and the air DA sander. Make do with what you got. Trust me, when you paint that first car and you stand back and look at it and you said I did it, y'all are gonna be so proud of yourself, and you should be, because you guys can do this stuff without having a whole lot of money, guys. You don't have to have the fancy stuff. The only time you have to have the more fancy stuff, guys, if you're going to be doing this a lot, it speeds your time up. Time's money. You know, if you're only going to be doing 1 or 2 paint jobs a year, you don't need all the fancy stuff. Anyway, I'm going to put it down here. Any of this stuff you want, it helps the channel out, don't cost you guys any extra, and we really appreciate it. I'll just show you one more time what you can create with spray paint and a little bit of elbow grease. This panel here we showed last year, that's a little dusty now, we've been mowing. But this panel right here was painted with flat black turbo paint, 2K Spray Max Clear, cut and buffed to a gorgeous shine. Look at that yellow door. You think that's the door? No, there's the door. This is spray paint, guys. You can do it. All y'all can do this stuff. Just follow the tips. I got tons of videos on how to cut and buff and do all that stuff. We try to think of everything we can that maybe some of you guys, but like I said, drop down below, because I've done this so long, it's kind of like second nature. So I kind of expect you guys to know it, because I know it and I've been doing it forever. It's like anything you do. I mean, it don't matter what it is, but yeah. Guys, appreciate it. I hope y'all get something out of this video. We're gonna get back to spraying next week, weather permitting. I'm gonna have to get me some kind of inside booth to do this in, because it's starting to get cold and the wind's blowing and it's hard to spray bomb outside without some kind of shelter. But as always, guys, love you guys, appreciate you guys, and remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.